Recording in
So in the
progress.
previous classes, we are discussing about the looping statement or the iterative statement present in C programming language. And we are going to continue with that one in this class also. But we are going to discuss two new things. One is the break statement. Another one is the continue statement. So we are going to mainly focus on the break statement and the continue statement in today's class. So, okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
So we are going to start with first the continue statement. What is a continue statement? Continue is basically a keyword. Continue is a keyword and it works only with the loops. Means it only works with while, for, and do. So what does this do? Actually, if continue statement is executed, then the loop bypass all the statement after continue and go back to condition checking part. This is for condition checking for while loop, while and do while loop, or the updation part. Updation part. That is for loop. So upon executing a continue statement, the loop will bypass all the statement written after the continue statement. Bypass means those statements which are after the continue statement will not be executed at all. Now, if we are writing a continue statement within a for loop, within a do while or a while loop, it will go back to the condition checking part. And if we are writing a continue statement within a for loop, then it will go to the updation part. What does this mean? For that, let me give you an example. Suppose I have a variable int I equals to 1, while I less than equals to 10, print %i if I modulus 5 equals to 0, then continue I plus plus. Now, let us see how this continue statement works. So what is the initial value of I? Initial value of I was 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So it will not print the 5 thing. It will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, let me come to that part, then we will see. So what is the initial value of I? That is
1.
1, right? Now, is the condition satisfied?
Yes, sir. True.
It is true. So as the condition is true, what it will do? It will execute the statement within the while loop. So what is the first statement within the while loop? Printing of I. So it will print the value of I, that is 1. Is this clear? Up to this, is this clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, next we have
Yes,
a if condition. Is the if condition true? Is this true or false?
False.
So I
False, sir.
plus 5 equals to 0, that is
Mm.
false. So it will not enter into the if block, so it will not execute the continue statement. Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, it
Yes,
will the
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I gave the wrong output. So the print
Yeah.
will be 1, 2,
Please
3,
wait,
4.
please wait.
Okay, sir.
Please wait. Let other to understand. Yes, you have identified that what you have done wrong. That I know. Now let us come to that. If the if block is not executed, what is the next statement to be executed? That I plus plus. So I value will be incremented by 1. So I value will be 2.
2.
Right? Now, next what will happen? From here, it will go back to the condition checking part. Right?
Yes, sir.
We have already mentioned that by executing, we'll know that from the end of the while loop, it will go back to the condition checking part. So the condition will be checked. The I value is 2. Obviously, the condition is true. This if condition is also if false, so it will print 2. Then the if condition is false, so it will be false and continue will not be executed. So I value will be incremented by 1, I value will be 3. Once again, the condition will be checked for the loop. So condition is true. It will print the value of I. Now it is 3. And then the if condition will be checked as it is false. So continue will not be executed. I value will be incremented by 1. So I value will be 4.
4.
So as the condition is true, I value will be printed. Then I modulus 5, that condition is false. So it will not execute the continue statement. It will execute the I plus plus. So I value will be 5. So I value will be 5. The condition, the for loop condition is true,
Yes, sir.
as well as so the value of I will be printed. I value will be 5. Then if I modulus 5 equals to 0, is this true or false?
True.
It is true,
True.
right? As
True.
it is true, it will execute.
The continuous statement, and it will go back to the loop. It will
It
not.
will execute the continue statement, and as continue statement is executed, it will bypass this statement, right? So it will
Yes, sir.
not be executed from here. It will directly go back to the condition checking part. We have already mentioned that in case of for loop, in case of while loop, it will go back to the condition checking. So from executing the continue statement, it will go back to the condition checking. Now, what is the current value of I?
5.
The current value of I is 5. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So current value of I is 5. The looping condition, is this true or false?
True.
It
True.
is true. So it will enter into the loop and print the value of I. So what will be the
Yeah.
value of I? 5.
5.
Now,
Five.
once again, the if condition will be checked.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is the current value of I?
5
Five.
modulo 5 is equal to 0, so it will do the
It
continuous
once
statement
again
again,
the
and it
condition
will
true. It will once again execute the continue, go back to the condition checking part, condition that will be true, and it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, 5 will be printed infinitely. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now, let me try to write this same loop, this same code using for loop. Let me first write the for loop. So I have int I for I equals to 1, I less than equals to 10, I plus plus. Now, this is the for loop I have written. Now, try to guess the output and tell me if the while loop and if this while loop and this for loop are equivalent.
Yes, sir.
So,
Sir, but here we have the I plus plus in the for statement. So will that be incremented? Uh,
that you will know from this line.
okay, sir.
Now, Krishna, hopefully you have understand what I am talking about. Let the
Yes,
rest
sir.
of the class reply. Are the while loop and the for loop I have written are equivalent or not? I have given the output for the while loop. Try to implement that in case of for loop and try to give me what will be the output and they are equivalent or not. The while output was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and it will continue infinitely. What will be the for output? If there is similar output, then the two loops are equivalent, else they are not. Anyone want to help me with this other than Krishna?
Sir, it will print 1 to 10.
It will print 1 to 10 like this, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1,
Like
2,
this.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3,
No, sir, it will print
4,
1, 2,
5,
3, 4,
No,
6,
no,
7, 8.
5 and 10 will not be printed.
Yes,
Except
sir.
that 1, 2, 3, 4.
5 and 10 will not be printed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7,
7,
8,
8,
9.
9.
So let me see what is the output there. I equals to 1. Condition is I less than equals to 10. Then we have a if block which is performing I modulus 5 equals to 0. I is 1. This condition is true. So it will print the value of I, that is 1 will be printed, right? Then the if condition is false. So as if condition is false, it will come to here and it will go back to this updation part. We have already mentioned that for loop, it will go back to the updation part. So I value will be incremented by 1. So I value will be 2. Next, the condition is true. Obviously, from here, it will come to here. Condition is true. I value will be printed. So I value will be 2. I modulus 5, that is false. So continue will not be executed. So from here, it will go back to the updation part. So I value will be 3. The loop condition will be true. As the loop condition is true, it will enter into the loop. It will print the value of I 3. Then the condition, if condition will be checked. If condition is false, so it will go back to the updation part from here. So as it is going back to the updation part, I value will be 4. Loop condition is true. I value will be printed 4. Next, once again, the if condition is false. So from here, it will go back to the updation part. Updation part, it will be 5. I will be 5. Condition, the loop condition is true. So it will print the value of I, that is 5. So you can see that I value 5 has been printed. Clear? Is this
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Up to this, is this clear? Next, I modulus 5, that is true or false?
True.
True.
True, sir.
So as this is true, it will execute the continue statement it will execute the continue statement and go back to the updation part. So it will go to the updation part. So I value will be incremented. I value will be 6. Then condition is true, obviously. For loop condition is true. So it will print the value of I6 and it is also false. So it will go back to the updation part, but by following this part, right? So finally, we will get 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is the correct output. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, tell me, are the both of the loops are equivalent?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. So as they are not equivalent, this is one of the examples where the for loop and the while loop works differently. So if a question asks that what are the difference between the for loop and the while loop, the first difference will be they are syntactically different. The second difference will be it is not necessary to give any condition in case of for loop, but it is necessary to give a condition in case of while loop. And the third point will be in case of continuous statement, the for loop and the while loop works differently. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So these are the 3 points on which the for loop and the while loop are different. I will
But we
suggest,
can completely transform this for loop into while loop. If
yeah,
we
you
move the
obviously,
one I plus plus after the continuous statement and give a curly braces in the if block,
yes,
then it will work
yes.
like the while loop.
Obviously you can make them equivalent. I am coming to that part. Okay, how can I make them equivalent? One of the way is that change the statement, printf statement like this.
So comma I plus plus.
Comma I plus plus. Very good. Either you can write this, remove this line, comment out this line, the output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. up to 10. Now, if we want to change it in for loop, then you remove this updation part and put it over here. After this position, put it I plus plus. Then both of the, if I change in for loop, so the output will be same as the previous while loop, like this. And if I change in the while loop like this, so it will generate the output as this previous for loop. Is this clear?
Yes.
So
Yes,
we
sir.
can
Yes,
make
sir.
them equivalent by changing the position of the updation statement, right? So this is one of the way to implement, one of the way we can use the continue state. Now with continue, there is another statement or another keyword. The keyword is break. Have we encountered with the break statement in previous classes?
Yes,
Have we
sir.
got the
Which
where
case
we
that?
have switch case? To terminate a case, we use a break statement. Now we are going to discuss how the break statement will be used in case of a looping statement. So first of all, you need to know that it is a keyword. Keyword works with loops, that is while, do while, and for, and also to terminate a switch case. Right? So this is, and how it will work if a break statement is executed, the loop will be terminated forcefully, and the execution will come out of the loop body. So this is true for all kinds of loop. May it be do, may it do while, may it be while, may it be for. This termination will be done in any case of loop. So let us try to understand this with the help of the for loop. So int I equals to 1. Int I for I equals to 1, I less than equals to 10, I plus plus. Then printf %d I if I modulus 5 is equals to 0. Instead of writing continue, here we write a break statement. Now see what will happen.
It will print 1, 2, 3, 4.
It will print 1, 2, 3, 4. Good.
Yes.
So the initial value of I was 1. Condition is less than equals to 10. That is true. So as this is true, it will print the value of I1. Then if I modulus 5 equals to 0, that will be false. So break will not be executed. So I value from here, it will go back to the updation part for the loop property. V2 loop condition will be true, print the value of I2, then the if condition will be false, then it will go back to the I++ part, loop condition true, print the value of I3, then it will check the if condition is false, so it will go back to the updation part 4. Now as in 4, condition is true, if condition is false, so it will print the value 4. Then I value will be incremented by 1, 5. Loop condition true. We will print the value of I, that is 1, 2, 3, that is 5. Then the if condition will now be true. As the if condition is true now, it will execute the break statement, and break statement immediately or forcefully break a loop, and the execution will come out of the loop. So I will, from executing this break statement, I will come out of the loop and just go to the next statement after the for loop. So it will generate the output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the work. This is how a break statement work, and this example will also show you the difference between a continuous statement and a break statement. How it is showing difference? Because their output is different. So whenever a question asks that what are the difference between a continuous and break statement, the first difference is that continuous statement cannot work with the switch cases, but the break statement can work with the switch cases to terminate a switch. And the second difference is this last point of both of the switch, both of the for loop, and both of the continue and the break statement. And the third difference will be give a small example which will show you the difference in the output for the continue and the break statement. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is how we are going to use the break statement. This is when we want to terminate a loop forcefully, we are going to use the break statement. Now let me briefly introduce you the concept of the nested loop. Nested loop means a loop we call it as inner loop within another loop. This is called the outer loop. And there is no restriction in nesting. We have discussed about the nested if-else statement. Now loop that is also possible. So it basically means a loop within another loop. So we are going to continue this discussion with the for loop only, and you will understand that it will be more or less similar to the while loop also. So let me discuss with a small example. Int I and j are two variables. Here, the outer loop we are running on the I variable. So for I equals to 1, I less than equals to 3, I plus plus. Within that, we are running a inner loop, which will be on the variable j. For j equals to 1, j less than equals to 2, j plus plus.
স্যার ওটা আয় হয়ে গেল।
Sorry, this one's j. Thank you. Now here what we are doing, we are just going to print the value of I and j to make it a simple code. Now, as there is only one statement in the inner loop, so we are not going to use any curly brace. Not even that, I may not use this curly brace also. Can you tell me why?
Sir, because there is only one J loop below the I loop, so
Right.
I mean there is
So
only one statement. So
this
there
There
is
is only
no
one statement.
this is only one compound statement. So as I am not writing multiple statements within a loop, so I may give the curly brace or I may not give the curly brace. But for making it simple, let me give a curly brace in both of the cases. Now tell me what will be the result of the code I and j with the dry run. What is the
One.
initial value of I?
One.
1. Okay. That's it. I less than equals to j less than equals to. I initial value is 1. Loop condition is true or false?
true.
Loop condition is true. What will be the value of j?
1.
1.
1. So j value will be 1. Inner loop condition true or false?
True.
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 So what it will do?
It will print 1 1.
1 1. Right.
1 1. Let me give a new line.
Yes, sir.
So it will print
1 1.
1 1. Value of I and j is 1 and 1. Next, what will happen?
Sir,
1,
it will
2.
print 1 2.
1
From here,
2.
it will go back to the updation part of what? Updation part of this loop. That is the updation of j, right? So j value will be 2. J value will be 2. Is the condition true?
Yes.
Yes.
So from here, it will come to here. The condition is true. So it will print the value of I and j. What is the value of I and j?
I is
1
1
and
and J is 2.
I is 1 and j is 2. Now from here, it will go back to the j updation part. So j value is now 3. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Is the condition true or false?
False.
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 The condition is false. So as the condition is false, it will not enter into the loop. So it will come out of the loop and go to this position. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
from here, it will go back to the updation of I, right?
Yes, sir.
So I value will be now 2. Right? So from
Yes.
here, it will come to here. I value will be, the condition is true or false?
True. True.
True.
Conditioning is true. Now, next, what will happen? What will be the value of j?
1.
1.
So as I am entering into the loop, the j will be reinitialized to 1. So let me reinitialize the j value to 1. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Atero. J is 1. The condition is obviously true. As the condition is true, it will enter into the inner loop. So it will print the value of I and j, that is 2 and 1. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is the current value of I, this is the current value of j. Then obviously it will go back to the j updation part. J value will be 2. Condition is true. It will print the value of I and j, that is 2 and 2. Right?
Yes, sir.
So after that, it will go to the j updation part. J value is 3. This condition is false.
False.
So it will not enter into the inner loop. It will come to here, and from here it will go back to the I updation part. So I value will be 3 now. Right?
Yes, sir.
The outer loop condition is true. J value is reinitialized to 1. Condition is true. It will print the value of I and j, that is 3 and 1. J value will be 2. Condition is true. So it will print the value of I and j, that is 3 and 2. Then j value will be 3. Condition is false. As the condition is false, it will not enter into the inner loop. It will go back to the last statement of the outer loop. From there, it will go back to the I updation part. I value will be now 4. As I value is 4, the outer loop condition is false. As the outer loop condition is false, finally, it will come out of the outer loop and execute the rest of the part if there is any. So here I am getting that this output 1 1 1 2 2 1 2 2 3 1 3 2. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let me modify this one and can anyone give me the output very quickly because I have only 1 minute left. Those who haven't given the attendance, give it in the chat section. If you have already given, no need to do that.
So 1 2 1 2 2.
1 2
No, sir. At first
Sir,
1
1
1
1 1 2.
1 2 2.
1 1 1
Sir, J
1
টা
1
কোথায়?
2. J is
এ
here.
ওপরে ওপরে
উপরে
J is
গেছে।
1. Oh, that is 1. I thought. Yeah. So 1 1 1 2 2 1
Two.
2 2 3 1 3 2. Same.
2 1. No.
No,
It will
2
not.
2
no ওটা চেঞ্জ হবে না
1 1 1 2
যেটা
because
তো
as a
2 থাকে।
initialized inside the for loop, so
Sorry.
it will initialized again.
It will be initialized again. Why? There is no initialization statement.
So, but
Yes.
we are increasing the value of J by J plus plus.
Yeah. We are increasing the value of j by j.
It will be false then. Then I think it
No, it
will
will
be
be the
only
same
1
output.
1 1 2 and nothing else.
1 1 and 1 2. That is the correct output. Let me briefly discuss how we are getting it. If the class ends, please join for 1 or 2 minutes if the discussion couldn't be completed within this time.
Yes.
I less than equals to 3, j and j less than equals to 2. So I value is initially 1, j value is initially 1. The condition is true. J condition is also true. So it will print 1 2 no need to give any attendance. You have given in the actual class. Okay. This is just a continue of that one.
Recording in progress.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
as we
Yes,
are
sir.
I value will be initially 1, j value will be initially 1, I less than equals to 3, that condition is true. J value less than equals to 2, that condition is also true. As both of the condition is true, it will print 1 1. No problem with that one, hopefully, right?
No, sir. No problem.
So
No, sir.
then we'll go back to the J updation part. The inner loop will go back to the J updation part. So J value will be updated by 1. So J value will be 2. As this condition is true, it will once again enter into the J loop and print the value of I and J, that is 1 and 2. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Then
sir.
we'll go back to the J updation part once again. J value is 3. Clear? The condition is false. So it will not enter into the inner loop. It will come to the last statement of the that is the ending curly brace of the outer loop and go back to the I updation part. I will be 2. I less than equals to 3. That condition is true. Now it will enter into that outer loop. And here, what is the current value of J?
3.
The
3.
current value of J is 3. So as the current value of J is 3, see here, there is no reinitialization of J. So
Yes,
that
sir.
is why it will take the previous value, that is J value is 3. As it is 3, the condition is false, so it will not enter into the loop. So as it is not entered into the inner loop, it will go back to the outer loop. I value will be 3, right? The
Yes, sir.
condition is true, the outer loop condition is true. As the outer loop condition is true, it will once again enter into that outer loop body. Here, no initialization of J. So J will remain 3 and it will take that value, and this condition will also be once again false. So it will not enter into the inner loop. Then it will go back to the I updation part. I will be 4. The condition will be false then. And finally it will come out of the outer loop and by generating the output 1 and 2. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is
Yes, sir.
how the nested loop concept work, and we are going to continue with this in our next class, that is tomorrow at 12 p.m. Now tell me one thing, as I am taking the lab classes in this fashion that both of the classes will join at the first 2 classes, and I am continuing with the respective group with the last 2 classes. Now, do you continue with this? Are you having any problem with this, or should I take only one group for the 4 classes?
No, sir. I have no problem with that.
Discuss among yourself and let me know in the WhatsApp group. Otherwise, so if you are agreeing with that one, if you are satisfied with this process, then I am continuing with the next class in that fashion, or else I am going to take only one group at a one lab class. Discuss among yourself, then tell me your decision. Okay, only one, only the CRs. I think the CRs have been decided, right?
Yes, sir.
I will only need the response from the CRs. Discuss among yourself and let me know your decision by today. Okay?
Sir, one more question.
Yes.
Sir, about the book, can you please tell the name once again?
Rima
Which book to
Thareja.
buy? Which book to buy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Computer book, sir. Programming C.
So for studying, you can continue with the latest soft copy I have provided in the classroom. Now, if you want to buy a book, you can buy the book by Rima Thareja. The book name is
So fundamentals of C maybe.
Let
Sir,
me
there
stop.
is an edition called AICT edition. Do we need to buy that one? Or
Oxford
No,
edition.
not that one. That one is an is my book there? There, yeah. It's okay, correct. How to remove this virtual background?
sir, your book was visible.
Now it's removed, sir.
Yeah, this is the book. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
This is by Rima Thareja and the publisher is Oxford University. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Can I end the class?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir.